Boring. Boring.
Boring! No! The battery!
Welcome back, guys. So this video is part 2 of the video on boredom. In the first video, the first part of the boredom video, we talked about how to abolish boredom when you have nothing to do, because that's generally the usual case. We have nothing to do, so we're getting bored. And this video is about the topic when you have some task to do, you are doing a task, you are in the middle of doing a task and you're still bored of that task. How do you get over it? Two things. The first point is try the Pomodoro technique. I'll repeat it again. Try the Pomodoro technique. This technique involves you taking small little breaks in between a large segment. So the technique is, you, for example, is studying a subject. You study that subject for 15 minutes, then you take a 4-minute break. Then after that 4-minute break, you take another 15-minute studying session, another 4-minute breaks. So this one 15-minute study session, that's called a Pomodoro. So after you have done 4 such Pomodoros in a row, then you can take one long break. So even if you Google this up, what is the Pomodoro technique, you'll get complete details on it. And I found this to be very, very effective. There are studies on it which shows that a person who reads for 2 hours continuously and a person who reads 15 minutes and then take for a 4 minutes break and then reads 15 minutes and then 4 minutes break, in the 2 hours that person actually reads for less amount of time because he's taking the breaks, but their attention level, their concentration level is much higher. So the person who reads continuously for the 2 hours, their concentration goes like this, it rises, then it falls. But what happens is the person who does the Pomodoro technique, their attention or concentration level reaches a high, and at that high, since they take the break, they don't actually go down that curve. And when they restart the next Pomodoro, it happens or it starts from that point only. So on an average, they stay more concentrated, they stay more focused, and we know, and everybody knows from their experience, that when we are concentrated or focused on one thing, we get more information out of it. We understand it or we memorize it in a completely new way and in a more efficient way. So please do that. And second point is, even if after doing that Pomodoro technique, even if you are bored in that task, I think you should reconsider doing that task, or I think you should do that task in a new way. For example, memorizing the periodic table. Every science student must have had this, that they have had new poems to memorize that periodic table, the mnemonic poems. But after a point of time, even those poems get a bit of a repetitive stunt and they become boring. So what I used to do is that I used to make play cards. I used to make these cards, I used to write these names, and I used to put them in a stack, and I used to take one out, read it, and put it down. Take that one out, read it, put it down. And then I used to challenge my own self. Okay, fine. And hydrogen, helium, lithium. Okay, what's the next? Okay, I say it's this one. And then if I take it out and if it's right, then I would pat myself on the back and then I would continue. So either reinvent that task, put some fun things into it, but if you can't do that, I would highly suggest you to reconsider doing that task, because it actually shows that you are not interested in that task. You don't want to go through that process. Maybe you only want the result that is achieve that the end of that task. And we all know, if you are only interested in the result and not the process, you'll get burned out very, very quick. So reconsider, because if you are truly interested in a task, you'll not postpone it, you'll not get bored of it, it will not become monotonous for you. You'll try to prepone it, you'll try to get as more of it as possible. So, yes, these are my top tips to abolish boredom from doing a task. So, please let me know how you feel about it. Bye.